it is time for us to have a Sunday family meeting. Oh, shit, there's always something John forgets until the last minute, and then I go, oh, that ain't right. I forgot the light. Damn, how y'all done? It's Sunday, baby. I hope y'all have had a fantastic weekend, had time to kick back and enjoy life a little bit, soak up whatever you can, and here we are, baby. We're fixing to start a week, and I have a feeling it's going to be a very eventful week, let's say. Anyway, Dorothy Tyndall was the first one to jump in. Thank you, Dorothy. And Jeanette Miller is here. Randy Peterson. Whoo, the pig is getting tan, brother. I'm telling you, life on the Gulf Coast, buddy. Ain't nothing like it. Anyway, Jay Clayton is here. I hope Stephanie is doing well. Jay, thank you very much. We all send our best to Steph. She's had a little trouble here lately, so sending her all our love. Anyway, Jeff Curry's here. RVW King is here. Gary Spring all the way from Canada. That smart-ass squab. Martha's here. Linda Gallup. She watched the Waco rally. Oh, boy, I mean to tell you, he's building that army. Indeed, darling. I keep saying it. He's not winning an election. He wants an army. Nancy Halverson is here. Jeff Curry. Pat Hunter. Let me see. Who else is down here? I got Karen Van Wyk. Thank you for being here. You notice how many times I've said that correctly in a row. I'm just patting myself on the back whenever Carol Lowe is here. Thank you very much. Jane McDaniel. Let me see. BW is here. Jan Beats. Bruce Preston. Deborah Douglas. Man, we got the crowd, baby. Let me get on down here or we won't get this show started. Let me jump way down here. Oh, hell. Irish Giselle. We already got 100 messages. All right, baby. We're cooking. Anyway, let me send out a big thank you to Tim Cormall today. I had the pleasure of being on the Tim Cormall show along with Kathy Larkin, who y'all know from Facebook is Let's Remember to Never Forget, several other places on social media that she uses her voice, and of course Joe Santorsa, who was his outstanding clown car edition today concerning Donnie's arrest, and I had a lot of fun with that. So anyway, you could find him on my Facebook page where I shared it, or anywhere you get your podcast, you can find Tim Cormall and give him a listen because he's well worth it, baby. Anyway, yes, we had a rally this weekend. Holy shit. And yes, I repeat my statement. He is not going to try to win an election. He is trying to raise an army. And that's what was demonstrated this weekend. The discuss. Oh, well, I do have oh, yes, I do have a quote from the rally. This is Trump himself. They're mean to me. Stop all the investigations. All that other bullshit that he whines and cries about. It's just a rehash of everything. He wants everybody fired. He wants an army, baby. He's not looking to win an election. And we need to take him serious. Not that many. It's not going to be enough to win some war, but it's enough to cause damage to our nation. I keep wondering, what are these assholes going to do? Is it going to start on what, your street? Go fire up your local Democrat or some shit? Is it your city hall, or are you going to go to the county seat? Or are you just going straight to the Capitol or maybe Washington, D.C.? Whatever it is, are you shitting me? Yes, there's dangerous people out there that are going to listen to that rhetoric, that bullshit, that call to arms, which is exactly what he's doing. And it puts our society at risk. It puts members of our society in danger. And he's not going to stop, baby. He's not going to stop until he reaches the top, whatever that he thinks that is. And that's only one place, and that's back in office. And he doesn't really give a shit how he gets there, either by vote or by gun. He's already threatened death and destruction. What else? How more plain can you be with his shit? You can't, and it's scary. And that's why we're all in this shit. But I do think it is going to be an exciting week. What do you think, Miss Chick? Do you think anything will happen this week?
I don't.
How are you doing?
I really don't.
You
think
don't?
Anything's going to happen.
Well,
I mean, not like everybody wants it to happen.
You know, tomorrow the grand jury in the Stormy Daniels, not the Stormy Daniels case, the violation of campaign of tax records. And
yeah,
yeah,
the tax fraud.
Yeah, it's not about Stormy Daniels spanking his ass with a magazine. No.
Yeah, we don't want to know about that.
No, I don't want to know about that. But they're going to meet tomorrow, and there are no more witnesses being called that I understand. Uh,
Hmm.
so that just leaves a decision pretty soon. And I don't.
Right, but we
Some people
can't.
think it's going to be tomorrow. I think it won't be
Right.
until Tuesday, maybe, if it does. I don't know. They have to be very. You know why we have to be careful about this? I mean, we're not going to see Donnie dragged into the courthouse. That's not, not going to happen.
No, no.
There won't be any big arrest going and lock him up. They're just going to inform him to report. And but that's not what Donnie wants to do. Donnie wants
He wants a parade.
he wants a
He does.
parade, and he's going to do everything in his power to make it look like that.
And I think they're going to do everything in their power to not have a parade.
That's what I think. Why give him that kind of press?
Right.
Yeah.
Turn the damn cameras off. We don't want to see
Don't
it.
want to. I don't have to see him going in.
No.
He can sneak his ass in the back door, but that's not.
I don't even know if they have to even have his butt anywhere near the building.
Well, he has to
tell you
be.
the
He
truth.
has to have a mugshot. He has to be fingerprinted, and he has to face a judge. That's the deal.
Right.
So, exactly when is that? I mean, that part has to happen. If he's going to be indicted, then he has to come forward, either present himself
But not
in
at
the
the
court.
courthouse building necessarily.
Well, now therein lies the question that came up earlier. Does he have to do it in the courthouse, or can he do it from a remote location?
Well, I don't know about remote, but usually you get that done at a police station.
You usually get a mugshot the whole 9 yards. Mugshot,
Yeah.
fingerprints.
But that doesn't generally happen at the courthouse. That's not where the police station is.
No, that's true. Well, with the yeah, I don't know where they were the other day, and I can't remember right off the top of my head where they were. They was all
Yeah.
around the courthouse there in New York City, because that's where he's going to
Yeah.
have to go. In there, so I guess the lookout is still there. The 10 or 12 people that were across the street are still there, I assume. How could they give up now? I mean, shit. Come on.
Right.
But yeah,
But in the meantime, hasn't it? Am I correct in thinking that it's been 30 years this year since
Yes.
the incident at Waco?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Is
The
it
timing and place of his rally was not by mistake.
okay? That's what I
Oh
thought.
no, he planned this. That's what makes it dangerous.
Yeah.
Waco, the Branch Davidian compound, that stands out in ultra right wing memory as a holy day.
Yeah.
They revered that day for the people that were lost that day, that weren't killed by the FBI. They were killed by David Koresh. Get
And
that
I'm not sure if
straight.
it was the start of militias, but it was the
No,
ramp up.
No, but
You know.
before that it was Ruby Ridge.
Yeah, there was some other
There
stuff.
were other
and
incidents that they hold dear to their heart. They hold the bombing in Oklahoma dear to their heart.
yeah.
They don't give a shit how many Americans were killed that day. Innocent Americans. It's all for the cause of what? Their right-wing nutjob society agenda?
Yeah.
Hey, let me thank Pat Hunter, who just came in with a $5 donation and said, when people show you who they are, believe them. Fuck Trump and his constituents. That's what I say, baby. And his constituents. If you're still supporting the asshole at this point, fuck off. I got no use for you. You're a traitor.
Yeah.
You should know
I-
better.
I think the bigger picture, John, is I don't know if you got a chance to look at any Discord stuff today or not.
I glanced while I was on Tim's show. I was glancing through Discord. Why? What happened?
Oh, okay. Well, no, I posted some information on there, and it goes back to the fact that the Republican Party, every single one of them, have been treasonous since after Eisenhower.
Things
They've
did take a
caused some-
turn, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've
after
caused some
Ronald
kind of
Reagan
havoc
came
or
in, it wasn't the
cheated or
same
done
Republican
whatever.
Party. No, it started going fascist at that point. Remember
Yep,
trickle-down
and
economics from Reagan and all that shit? Yeah.
If anybody's on Discord and can go back and look at that, it goes through each particular presidential thing and what they did, what actually happened, starting with Nixon, Reagan, both the Bushes.
Both Bushes. And look,
Both
I sent her
Bushes.
in, because on the most recent memory would be W. George W. Bush. You
Yeah.
go back and look after 9/11, what happened? And there is no other word for what George did except warmongering and war profiteering. That's what he
Yep,
did.
exactly. Well, and let's not forget though how he got in there, and his brother Jeb helped with that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
A big thing between.
Keep it in the family, boy.
Yep,
Keep that
there you
treason in
go.
the family.
Yeah, went all the way to Supreme Court
Yep.
with Bush versus Gore.
Yep.
And if the counting would have continued, they would have found out Gore won.
Yep.
But
They
we
would've.
sucked it up. We sucked it up and abided by the law.
Mm-hmm.
And W was inaugurated. And look how that turned out. 8 years of that shit. And he had the opportunity to be a great president after 9/11. And at first he stepped up, but then he stumbled when they've seen dollar signs in their eyes. And that's all they could see was Iraq, which led into Syria, which gave us ISIS, which gave us all the whole ball of wax that we've been suffering even up until the last few days. So
Yeah.
hang that right on W's bedpost right there, because that's where it belongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Republicans don't have a great running history here.
I think we ought to just take the Republican Party to court for treason.
For treason. Well, we're trying to get a few of the leaders in
Yeah.
there. Let's oh, look at here. Let's go fishing.
Let's
here.
go for the whole glom. We don't just care about one or two. Let's
No.
go for the whole glom.
No. Randy Peterson. Woo, pig, buddy. Are you getting tanned up? Randy, are you getting all tanned up, buddy? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Randy, we
You're
can't.
lighting up, but we can't
You're
hear you.
lighting up,
Maybe
but
your
we can't
volume
hear you,
needs
brother.
to be up.
Yep. No.
Oh, now you're muted.
Yeah. I'm going to send you back down, and then try to
Check
recycle you back up.
Check your volume levels. You might not be outputting very well.
Yeah, I'll put another. I got to lean way over here to see anything. That's oh shit. There you go. All right,
Okay, now try unmuting, Randy.
Ed. Can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yes,
you
we
fine,
can.
Ed. Randy, let's try one more time. You're muted up, buddy.
A minute.
Yeah, hit the unmute button.
Give a minute.
He's probably got sun in his eyes, been soaking up the sun out there.
Yeah.
I seen a picture of his new bathing suit and his legs sticking out
Can
there.
you hear me now?
I can hear
We
you
can hear
now.
you.
I can hear you.
Randy, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I just can't hear you too much on my vocal. I mean, the sound goes down as soon as I get on Discord. It just drops off to nothing.
No
It
shit.
does do that, yeah.
Yeah. I'll talk louder. Does that help? Well,
Well, you
I'm
can-
glad to see you enjoying the sun, brother.
Well, yeah, I can hear you. I can't, like in Montana when I was there, I could hear you. And now it's just like you're 100 miles away, and I don't know. My microphone's on. Everything's on. I just can't hear you.
Oh
That's
shit.
part of being connected. But you can change what you're hearing. You can change the volume level on that, too.
Don't ask me how. Are you on your phone or your laptop?
No, I'm on my phone. And it's like, I can hear you, but it's like, man, it's like you're out on the bypass,
Oh shit.
And it's just, I don't know, the volume's all the way up on my phone, and the microphone's on, everything's right, and it's just what happened like when I left Montana. It's just your voice just drops off. As soon as I join the room, it's gone.
Well, we
Yeah,
hear you
it's in
fine.
your-
I'll try just not to talk. That way we.
Discord settings, you can raise that volume up.
Well, let's get Ed in this conversation. Ed, how have you been?
I've been great. Work's been well.
Is it?
You know,
Good.
it's kind of ironic that 30 years ago, the FBI and the Branch Davidians were at war. And you know what's kind of funny? During this, you remember a man named Dan Quayle who has been complaining about who was Murphy Brown's, who was the father of Murphy Brown's baby, and the reporter saying, "Who gives a shit? Someone in there's a gunfight in Waco.
Yeah.
We got to get our trucks down there, our satellite trucks."
Yeah. Let's get our priorities in place here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
Right
that
on.
it's very dangerous to set your rally in a place where dark place in history happened. I was 13 when that happened. When saw the news on the news, and of course they burned the compound down and everything. Of course, John, you
Oh, I
remember
remember
her?
it distinctly.
I remember when Koresh did a ballad called "The Madman Living in Waco." Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Listen, I'm not recalling that.
Well, David Koresh did an interview for News, and apparently he sang the ballad called "There's a Madman Living in Waco."
Well, there was.
Hmm.
Was he talking about David Koresh at the time?
Yep, that was him.
Yeah.
That was him.
Yeah, this went on. You know, he was gathering weapons. You know, he came into the view of the government because of the mass amount of weapons and ammunition that he was storing out there. You know, they were preparing for something, and it started with just an inquiry and blew into what we saw. But I remember watching the whole damn thing for weeks on TV. It was the number one story all day until it ended, even after that.
I mean,
But-
there were a lot of. I mean, outside the compound, there was a whole line of satellite news trucks outside.
Oh yeah. Oh, 24/7.
Mhm.
It was in the news. You know. I done lost him all the time. Yeah, and it to this day it is still by the general right wing nut job society out there is held as a day of reverence. I mean,
Yes,
that's why he held the rally there, and the
That's
timing
why
is
two,
the
in
30th
1993, I
anniversary.
mean, 2 years later in '95, McVeigh would be notarized.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
Taking 168 lives, and which is very
indeed, brother.
horrifying, really.
Yeah.
But when
there were
when he
29
was, I was
children.
in Spain when he was given the death penalty, and I said to myself, I'm sure he can redeem himself, asking for forgiveness before he was put down.
I'm sure he did. I mean, you know, make peace with his God, whatever he wants to call it. You know, I have
If
no
only he
mercy on
could
the guy at all.
apologize to the
None.
victims' families.
That's where my heart lies, with the victims of that day.
Exactly.
Because we all remember that day too, most of us,
Yep.
when the Edward
I
R.
remember where I
Burroughs.
was.
Yeah, yeah, it was a shock to the nation.
It was.
You know, and so we're not beyond that. That's exactly what Donnie is calling for. Those kinds of attacks, like Timothy McVeigh, like attacking electrical stations across the United States to knock out power in cities and stuff. There's lots of ways that a small amount of people can make a huge amount of damage, and that's what we have to be concerned about.
And they worship him like he's a god.
Like he is God. There was a big old Hummer down there at Mar-a-Lago, had a huge ass flag on it, said Trump or death. You know, that's where those people are.
It can be arranged.
To him,
That's
to
just
those people,
embarrassing.
that he is a
It's just
god.
embarrassing.
He is a
No,
god.
I gotta get my spaghetti ready. I'm just gonna have some dinner. I just got the water's boiling. 1 second.
All right. Well, we'll be right here.
Okay.
Randy, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I just can't hear you guys. I mean, it's very
Oh,
faint,
shit.
but you know, I get signal. I can push the talk, but I just can't hear you guys.
So what are you doing on Tuesday? Can you hear that?
Yeah, I'm going to Joe Garcia's to play music. What's up?
I'm going over there to play music. That's what's happening.
Yes, sir. I talked to Joe yesterday for about 30 minutes. What a cool guy.
He is a
Garcia
nice
man.
guy.
He's so awesome.
He is a nice
So I'm going
guy.
to head up there and play a little, bring my guitars and play over the music and head home.
Well, I'm going to be bringing my cajon so I can sit on my box and play. So,
I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh, so
What?
you're gonna go?
oh yeah, I'm going to be there.
Mm.
Well, I'm going to let y'all go party without my ass shit. Boy, howdy shit.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'll see you then because I
I think maybe, I don't know if Travis is
back
going
from
to go,
San
if he
Antonio.
does. You know,
I go,
Travis,
where's your exit? By the La Quinta? He goes, yeah. And I said, I can find your house. Look for the water tower.
oh, it's
I
easy.
got it.
Yeah, he's right near the water tower. So if you find the water tower, you're pretty well close to Joe's house anyway. It's a very
And
small
now everybody
town.
knows.
And now everybody knows.
I'm gonna get with
Believe me.
Travis. I'm gonna take you out to lunch again, probably next week or sometime. We'll meet down at Travis's best place and have him go through my phone and figure out why I can't hear Discord. And then I'll buy you guys lunch and we'll go from there.
Every time I have trouble, I call him. That's it. He's my tech guy. So, and I have plenty of trouble. So,
Yeah, there's an audio input output in your settings that you can change to different levels, and that's probably what's going on.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm not too savvy. I can weld, and I can run heavy equipment, but iPhones are just
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'll look at it.
You
but,
can't take a
if you're
hammer
going to
to
go to
it.
Joe's on Tuesday, John, I'll meet
Yes,
you there. I'm going
yes.
to probably leave here about 10. It's only like 45 minutes to Mathis. I'll meet you there. We're
I
going to play
figured
some
I'd meet
guitar.
y'all over there around lunchtime sometime. Yeah, and if Travis comes, I'm sure he's going to bring his guitar and amp. If we get too loud over there, we'll just drive over here. I'm out in the country. Who gives a shit? So,
Sounds good, man.
Sounds good
I'll
to
see
me.
you Tuesday.
All right, outstanding. Outstanding. Anybody else in the area want to come look at who just popped in down there? He heard us talking. That's what he said.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, let's get Joe up here. Joe, were your ears burning, buddy?
Welcome to another edition of The Biggest Loser from Waco.
From Waco, Texas. Another edition of The Biggest Loser. The biggest whiner, the whiner in chief.
I'm telling you.
So we were just talking about meeting at your house on Tuesday.
You betcha. You betcha. And if everything works out, we'll have a little
Hey,
grub.
Hey. Don't be teasing like that now.
I gotta tease people.
Yeah. Sounds good to me, brother. I'm looking forward
Yes,
to
sir.
it. I'm looking forward to it. Did you see the Waco? Or I didn't watch it. I saw clips of it.
I was so busy.
Yeah, I meant to.
but
But
chasing dogs and trying to give them a bath. I got more soap on me than they did on them.
usually the way it works at my house.
I'm telling you.
Somebody's getting a bath. I'm not sure it's the dogs or me.
Well, I had to rinse off after I was done. Hopefully they'll stay clean for at least another 30 seconds.
Till they go outside and roll on something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, call
So-
1-800
so I-
Joe's Got Barbecue. There you go.
I'm telling you. I bought a rack of ribs.
Did you? Outstanding.
Yes, sir.
Well, shit.
And if everything works out okay, we'll be snacking.
There you go. Works for me.
Yeah, my ears were itching. I don't know why.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. Randy's right there,
Hey, Randy.
getting all tanned up over there in Rockport.
Say guys at the was.
Huh? Who was that?
Randy?
It was him, but he
It
left.
was. He dropped out again. He must be having. Well, where he's at, it's probably hard to get a signal out there where he's at. Well,
Well, of course.
yeah.
Of course.
but anyway.
That's okay.
He'll have to get a little bit better internet service.
I wish I could.
I'm telling
Mine's
you.
usually a hit and miss a lot of times. We can usually count on going out every day.
So the House
Well,
Republicans,
What about
or
Republicans?
the House Republicans, they were
Yes.
taking a vote
They actually
for
vote.
their Parents' Bill of Rights, right?
Oh yes.
Oh
You've
Lord.
heard- yeah, oh Lord. But there was 5 of them that broke away and voted nay.
5 Republicans?
Yeah, and one of them was actually one of the co-sponsors.
Really? One of the
Yeah.
co-sponsors, a Republican co-sponsor of the bill, voted no.
He did.
They must
Mike
have put some
Lawler
changes
from-
in there he didn't like.
Right, from New York, said he didn't like the amendments, in particular one that Bobart had put in there.
Oh Lord, pray tell, what did she put in?
Well, it had something to do with allowing a trans girl or woman to use a bathroom or changing room that doesn't correspond with sex assigned at birth, blah, blah,
Oh
blah.
right, the bathroom.
Right, and
Yeah.
even Mr. Lawler said, no, that's not what this bill is about. And
The culture
The
wars
far right needs to be put
are
under the bus.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
The culture wars are going out just fine out there, and that's one of them.
yeah.
Let me,
And I'm gonna assume that maybe the other ones they didn't specifically say why the other ones voted no, but it was Andy Biggs from Arizona, Ken Buck from Colorado, Matt Gates from Florida,
really.
and Matt Rosendale from Montana. I think he's from Montana. all voted no, and it might have been something with the amendments that they didn't like. I don't
Mm.
know.
So it didn't pass.
Well, it actually did pass because there's more of them than us.
Right.
Um,
But
because I think there's 4 Democrats that weren't there to vote.
mm,
So it went 213 yays to 208 nays.
Now that's where I have a problem. I mean, if you have a job, you must show up to your job, unless there's
Right.
circumstances that don't allow that.
Well, we
Uh,
know Mr. Fetterman hasn't been
right,
able to attend,
he's still in
right.
and
recuperation.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure what
I
the
think there's
who
another
and
one that is medically incapacitated at
yeah.
the time. Not not able to make it to the Senate. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
to the
There was a
House.
couple of them that were
I
out
can
for medical
understand
Yeah.
that.
reasons.
Yeah, I can understand that. But I mean, if you're gonna be at the job and you're not gonna show up for work, it's not right
Some
because
of
you're
them that
not
Yeah.
show up, I
representing.
think, should just the other way around. Laura, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, what's she showing up for?
That
Oh
Yeah.
you
wait,
know that
I'm sorry.
she should
Moment.
be.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she should be medically exempt from
Yeah,
voting
yeah.
from now until the
Well, it
end
would
of
be nice if she
her
didn't
term.
show up
It
every
would
once
be
in a while.
nice if she didn't show up, or him, or jacket off Jordan. Let me
There's
send out
another one.
a quick thank you to Keith Thompson, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "America can can defend itself from the outside, not from the inside. Trump equals right-wing nut jobs. Trump represents
Amen.
a threat to this country. Is the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
They are.
You want to see a clear and present danger? It's right there,
It's right there.
and
Mhm.
that's what he wants more than anything else. He doesn't want to win an election.
Oh no.
He
And
wants
if
them
he happens
to
to win,
install him as king.
yeah.
You know,
And if he happens to win, he'll pardon himself.
oh, of course, him and everybody
He'll
else.
pardon all sorts of shit.
Everybody.
Everybody in
Everybody in
history that
January
he
6th
can.
gets out of jail free. Oh, yeah, he would have
Mhm.
a heyday. If that man got back in office, that's the least of what he would do.
Mm.
You talk
Oh
about a
yeah.
revenge tour. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen. I don't think there's any chance in, well, knock on wood. I said
Yeah,
that
careful.
There's
before.
a saying: when hell freezes over.
Yeah, but he's not in the same position he was in 2016.
Oh
He was
no.
he was running off of the Tea Party movement against Obama. He picked up on that and drug all the maggots out from underneath the rocks, the worst of us. And
I want to believe
Mhm.
it was an anomaly.
I want to believe that too.
I
want
hope
to
so.
believe that too. But 24 is going to tell the tale. But again, even within the Republican Party, the last polling I saw, he has a 33% approval rating and a 48% disapproval rating, meaning 48% of the Republican Party do not want him to run again, and another 20% that was indifferent. Well, I don't either way. But only 30-something% that were actually for Trump. So I don't think he could pull it off. There are a whole lot of Republicans, conservatives, that are not going to vote for his ass.
I
Yeah,
just hope
because
they
he
don't.
just equals chaos.
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
And I
He
hope they don't.
does.
I hope they don't vote in DeSantis either.
I don't.
They got to
No.
find someone else.
They got to
with,
come
with
up with somebody else because Ron DeSantis, in Florida, he's great. They love
Right.
him.
He's not actually polling very well
Yeah,
elsewhere.
anywhere else.
Well, I'm not throwing stones, but in Florida, there's a lot of people who don't vote, but it's so rigged as far as where you can go vote and all that.
Oh
That
yeah,
the
they're
true
trying
vote
their
doesn't.
hardest to suppress
yes.
voters.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. They want
And we know who they're trying to suppress.
they want the politician to pick, not the voters. We'll let you know who's good for you.
We'll
Yeah.
tell you
Yeah, we'll let
when
you
it's
know.
over. We'll
We'll
tell
let
you
you
who
know.
won.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a battle, baby. 24
Yeah.
is the target, but I don't know. I think, as I've said before, I don't know. I'm having a feeling it's going to be this week that we're going to start seeing activity. But Fonnie Willis down in Georgia, her case could come imminent anytime. We already see what's happening in D.C. with Donnie's not doing too good with keeping people out from testifying. Well, with with attorney-client or executive
Oh, yeah.
privilege. He's losing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't
Absolutely.
have that anymore.
And I can't
And
help
I
but think that the reason that we're seeing that, the reason that Mark Meadows has to testify, uh, his attorney Cochran has to testify, is that the judge that made those decisions had to see the evidence, and I think that the evidence that points to a crime is obvious. It's plentiful. They're not going to make a decision to take away executive privilege based on a razor thin uh, view of a crime. Of did a crime happen? This is going to have to be plain and simple. I think you could see it in the speed that in both cases with Cochran on the documents case. Because he signed a document saying there were no more documents, and then look, FBI comes in there and finds a whole bunch more documents. So his attorney-client privilege in that case is out the window because the judge saw the evidence pointing to it was a conspiracy. They knew there were more documents, or should have known there were more documents. And remember, where does that evidence come from? The subject came up earlier today. They have all the video footage from Mar-a-Lago, and if there is any video footage of that lawyer entering a room and looking at any documents that were not turned over, there you go, solid video evidence that he lied. And on the January 6th thing with Mark Meadows and the rest of them, I think that they have evidence that precludes the use of.
That would be in the DOJ stuff, not in
Yes.
this New York stuff.
No,
But-
not
but
the
if-
New York
if-
stuff.
if-
Both these are the
I
one.
think the New York stuff is important because it's putting forth the idea that no one is above the
There you
law,
go.
no matter what they've done in their lives.
That's what I think
Absolutely.
they're putting forth that case to clear what I call any landmines.
Yeah.
In a challenge to indicting
that's a
a
landmine.
president, an
That's a
ex-president.
landmine. If the lawyer has been found guilty of lying, okay, that takes the pressure off of Trump, doesn't it?
Well,
And lays it on
Well-
on the lawyer.
Court-
Unless the
Yes,
lawyer
and
Cochran can
turns
come in
evidence.
there and tell the court that he certified those documents on the information that he got from his client. In other words, Donnie told him these are all the documents there are. There are no more documents, and he took Donnie at his word. That is what
Right.
he's going to have to claim. In other words, he's going to have to say my client lied to me. That's what he is going to have to say. Either that or he's going to take a hit.
But again, that's another DOJ thing. That's
Yes.
not the New York stuff.
No. The New York stuff.
I mean, he's got what, 4 different court shit things going on, right?
He's got 4. He's got the Stormy Daniels. He's got the January 6th. He's got the documents case, and he's got the case out of Georgia.
And the one time
And-
Stormy Daniels did not go on video, that was it.
And we're hearing new information about down in Georgia. They are considering charging some people with a RICO Act, with an organized crime, and yes, and just like the mafia, it could be a mafia thing. It could be any kind of organization, including a political organization that conspires to commit a crime, can be charged under the RICO Act.
Yeah, I wonder what political organization that could be.
Take a hint. Okay, pick one.
Yeah.
There's only 2. I think it starts with a Republican. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I'm guessing, but it's so if they could charge, because all they have to do is prove that they conspired amongst each other to overturn the Georgia election. And this last phone call that we have not heard yet, but concerns I believe the Georgia Secretary of State, the phone call, and Donnie is trying to get them to hold a special session in Georgia to overturn the election,
Yeah.
and other people involved in that call, which makes it a conspiracy. When 2 or more people conspire to commit a crime. Anyway,
I wonder if Rudy had anything to do with it.
we ain't even
Probably.
got to his shit yet. Oh, that's a whole other ball game we're gonna have fun with. Let me thank Keith Thompson, who came back again with $2 and said, facts. People have to vote for you guys. Indeed, buddy. It's all in the vote. It's all in the vote. And that's what we can't forget, baby. We all have to be here.
Yeah, but
Carolyn
we have to make
Majesco says,
guarantee
Rico,
that our votes
sounds like a
count,
good
you know?
episode of Law and Order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what that's what the case in New York, the Stormy Daniels, the hush money payment. That case is. Oh shit! Just a second ago, I had that whole sentence in my head. Wait a second, it's gonna come back to me. It's like a boomerang.
That
throw it
new
out there.
lawyer is kind of slick, but he's just,
There was
he's
something
just
with that.
circling back to the same old shit.
Target,
And
this
it's not
chat
gonna
is-
fly, buddy.
Chat is flying by, and it was something in the chat that just made me think of what I was fixing to say.
Oh.
Now it's gone by, and I can't think what it was. Oh, my mind. Yep, Mark, squirrel.
There's a cloud in the sky.
There's a cloud in the sky went by, and I got distracted. What can I say? Let me see. Let me get, I see Catman's got his hand up. Let's get him in here. Anyway, I was thinking something about something. Anyway, Keith, how in the hell are you? And thank you very much, brother. I appreciate the donations.
John, was
Yes.
that a squirrel?
It was a squirrel. Ran right over here behind the
Or
camera.
ran right-
It distracted me. Next thing I know, the dog's barking up the... Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. My life, buddy. Things fall out of my head. It's like a sieve up there nowadays. Are you shitting me? I have to really... How you been doing, Keith?
Hey, things are good.
I'm glad.
It's 32 degrees.
Hey.
You know, I got
Yay,
the
don't cuss
heat
him.
wave.
on.
You're in a heat
Yeah.
wave, huh? You're in a heat wave.
Yeah.
32.
This is all good. Yeah.
Damn.
How are you guys?
Add 60
Oh, good.
degrees to that. We were
The
sun
about...
was shining
It's
today,
about
and like
92
8
today
inches of
somewhere.
snow
It was
melted.
very warm today. Very warm, sunshine day. Beautiful day down here in South
Shut up.
Texas. I know it. Well, Randy's over there working on his tan. You know, got to have sunshine for Randy to get a tan. Seen a picture of him on Facebook from waist down, lounging in a lounge chair with his new bathing suit on and them legs sticking out, trying to get tanned up. I'm glad. I'm happy for him. I hope he enjoys the shit out of it. It's a nice place, huh, Joe?
He's
He could
muted.
be
Boy, he's
naturally
muted.
like me.
What's that, Keith?
He could be naturally tan like me.
You should come. Hey, you know we're meeting over at Joe's house on Tuesday. Why don't you run over? Soak up a little bit of the sun, you know, have a little barbecue.
Yeah, we're gonna stink like mesquite wood.
If you leave right now, you could make it.
There you go.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hey, I got a good tan when I was in Redoso. It came off the reflection from the snow.
I'll tell you. Well,
you
right
can
now,
get a suntan from the reflection
let's
of the snow.
keep everybody
Yes,
down
ma'am.
in the south in your heart because they're fixing to hit another streak of bad weather. You know, they had
Oh, yeah.
tornadoes that ripped through Rolling Fork or something like that in Mississippi. I
Yeah.
think Rolling
Yeah.
Fork was it.
Mississippi.
That
Prayers
just
26
devastated
dead
the
in
town.
Mississippi. I think
Yes.
there was maybe one in Alabama so far.
Right. It's
And
and the threat
was the other
of more
thing?
weather like that tonight. So-
oh, there was the chocolate factory explosion. in
Oh, I seen that.
Pennsylvania.
My
there's-
goodness. You know what
Found a fourth body.
it
on
took
that
forever
one.
for all that shit to fall back down out of the sky after that explosion.
Oh, I don't know.
It
That
was the
horrible.
explosion, but then you notice all this shit falling back down and it just kept falling like rain. That shit went high.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it.
Have they found out what caused it?
I
I don't know.
I don't know. I you know, something like that, you'd think it was a gas main or something that blew or I mean,
Yeah.
that was a hell of an explosion at a chocolate factory.
Yeah.
So
It had to have been gas.
is Willy Wonka okay? That's what I'm thinking. You know, I don't know. I haven't heard any reports. I just saw the video. You know, and it was terrible. Just really a terrible blast. But Rolling
And
Fork,
that's
Mississippi, there's just nothing left of that town. It's just
Oh, I
gone.
saw some of the pictures, and
It
the
is.
only way you could tell there was a house there was that the little pile of rubble was there. You know,
Yeah.
what I mean, like there was a little mound of garbage.
Yeah,
That's all you
you
could
could see where the street was, and you assume that little brown spot used to be a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. And, yeah, tornadoes and earthquakes and shit. No, no, no. I don't want anything that happens right now. I like my hurricanes.
And
They're
I
powerful, but
think
I
there's
got a week to
still
think about it.
there was a warning for Georgia through like 1 p.m. today. Is that right? For
I believe there
I
was
don't know
one
if it was
today.
just severe storms or.
So if you're anywhere in Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, y'all be careful tonight.
Yeah,
Including,
hang on
as
to
a
your
matter of
hat.
fact, going all the way up into John and Carolyn's up in North Carolina. I saw the
Oh.
radar, and it looked like they were in storms or were going to get storms. I'm looking at the chat to see if Caroline or John responds. But I did. It looked like they were either going to get a lot of weather or were getting weather at the time. So I don't know, but I'm just.
Were John and Caroline going to fly, or were they going to drive to
I
San
believe
Antonio?
they're flying in.
Okay.
They're flying into San Antonio, and yeah.
They're
They
missing
said
all
it's mild there now.
Uh-oh, I seen Caroline go by, but it went by fast. Mild, so it's mild there.
Yeah,
in
they
North
had some
Carolina.
stuff earlier, I think she said, but
Oh, okay.
Okay. The calm before the storm.
Yeah.
or maybe the calm after the storm.
There you go. I love driving. I love seeing America. I can't see America from an airplane. I'm sorry about that, but you won't get me on a plane.
Yeah, my wife won't fly either, so we're driving anywhere I go.
Hmm.
Yes.
And I tell my wife, you can't see America if your eyes are closed. Wake up.
And Rick Valentine just reminded us, and I did not know that, but I found out Rolling Fork, Mississippi is the hometown of blues singer Muddy Waters. And I do know who Muddy Waters was. But
Oh,
I
yes.
did not know that was his hometown until.
Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boy, had his shit.
Can you imagine being poor and still being remembered years after you're gone because of what you did, what you learned?
It's not
I mean, he
always
was-
the rich and wealthy or the powerful that make statements
No.
in life.
That's
Yeah,
right.
there you go.
For a prime example, Rosa Parks, who jumps to
Yes.
my mind only because the Florida book down there, school book, did y'all see that when they're talking about the history of Rosa Parks or the history of the civil rights movement in a history book in Florida, where it says that Rosa Parks was asked to move to the back of the bus because of the color of her skin. In the new book, it doesn't say because of the color of her skin. It just says Rosa Parks was asked to move to the back of the bus. And they took out the line about why.
So what's the point?
Yeah, what is the
That's-
point?
well,
What,
that's cleaning-
what are you
That's
trying to blame it
cleaning-
on? Women's suffrage? I think that was over by now. You know,
Mhm. That's just trying to clean their actions up.
Well, the
That-
next time they print it, they'll just drop Rosa Parks
There-
right off of it.
yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah,
faded
they'll
out the
just say
history
a
of the
person.
whole meaning of what she stood for. Her
And
defiance in that
just
moment.
that's exactly
We-
what they do.
That is
They
the
try to
courage that
minimize.
puts a poor person in the history books, baby. Is that
we
defiance,
need to
that
start
stand.
hoarding history books for our grandchildren
Yes.
because they're not going to get real stuff.
I don't know what the guy's name is. I hope the people in China remember the guy in Tiananmen Square that stood in
yeah.
front of the tanks.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know his name, but his action will
How
stay in my
brave
memory
was he?
forever. Huh?
Yeah, the tank will try to go around them.
Sure,
and
yes, they tried to go
right
around
in
him. He
front
kept
of him.
moving in front of him.
See,
You know?
if you're going, you're gonna have to go over me.
Rosa Parks, no, I'm not going to move. We could see the heroes in so many people, but they're not all written down in history books, baby.
No, that's why it's important for us, those
It
who
is.
lived through it, to
Who have
spread it
learned
on
through
to-
history?
Mhm.
Yeah, that we learn
And-
from
and-
history and learn not to do the same damn things over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
You know, but It is
You know,
expanded
back
into so much. I got in a discussion
yeah,
today about
late sixties, early seventies. If you remember, I believe it was Dr. Logan here locally who helped the Mexican American population. He was murdered. Uh, he was arrested, accused of being drunk. He was taken out toward Highway 37 towards Sinton and mysteriously shot in the back.
damn.
Oh my God.
Ricochet, huh? When he tried to shoot himself in the head, he ducked and missed the bullet and bounced it off and hit himself in the back. Damn.
That old Southern justice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It goes throughout our history. And it doesn't have to be
Mm-hmm.
Texas. You pick a southern state for damn sure. As a matter of fact, pick any state in the union. And we
Absolutely.
can find the history of that shit. And it's a shame. But it's, you know, if you don't recognize history, if you try to bury it and hide it, well, then you don't learn from it. Uh-oh, we lost Ed. Get Ed back. Oh, hell. Look who's down there. Y'all see who's down there?
Yeah, it's not
Uh-oh.
my, sorry. No, it's not your fault. It's just I don't know what's going on with this connection of mine. Sorry
Oh,
about
shit.
that.
I seen you slide out, but I seen you down there. Anyway.
Trying to reset, really.
No,
Oh, we're being attacked in Syria.
yeah,
New strikes on American bases in Syria.
yeah. This is starting to seem like it's picking up speed too. You know, we've already had several attacks already over there. We're retaliating, but at what point? You know, this
You got to
little
be careful with that shit
Yes.
too.
yeah. You know, it's a dangerous world that we're living in right now. If you take everything into account and how the world is moving, who's doing what. We just saw Xi and China go over to visit Russia. You know, we're seeing Iranian-backed militias starting to step up attacks on U.S. and the easing between relationships between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Oh, I got that right. Saudi Arabia and Iran, or Iraq and Iran.
Something like that.
Shit, I can't remember. I think it's maybe Iraq. I don't know.
Well,
I got too
bottom
much
line,
crap
we're
stuffed
living.
in my head.
Absolutely, you got to open the door, John.
Let some of it out. You know what I do that?
Let it all.
I call him my buddy Jorge Tarbite. Jorge, I got too much shit in my
Good
head,
evening.
buddy. How you doing?
Well, the stench in Central Texas is beginning to thin out now.
The air out a little bit after he left. You're pretty close to him. You were pretty close to him last night.
I'm too close.
Yeah,
Yes.
you were within smelling distance.
And it was nice, you know. Ted Nugent played the Star Spangled Banner, two draft dodgers.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
No
No irony there.
It's inspirational.
Yeah.
And of course he called Zelensky a homosexual weirdo.
Look at
Look,
him,
you know, look where it's coming from.
Because-
Shit.
It ain't like Ted's some kind of freaking weirdo,
I
right?
think Ted's had one too many hits of acid or something. I don't know. That guy, he's about as sick as they come. Ted Nugent. I wouldn't give two shits for him.
Yeah, he
Oh, I don't even
He's
He's
listen
all
to
the
his.
biggest
world out.
trumper you ever saw in your life. He spends his days shooting his guns and, I don't know, getting high, I guess. I don't
well,
know.
you know, I still got one of his albums in my record
We
collection,
can't get high.
and if
with
I
that
just
shit.
happen to run across it, it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm. I
Martha?
don't listen to his stuff. Not at all.
I'm gonna chunk it.
I want to thank
I
Smart
hate
Ass
to
Squad.
get rid of idle albums, but
Yeah. Yeah, well, I never had one of his albums. He never was my thing anyway.
I get a 12-gauge shotgun, toss it up in the air.
Skate. Pull. Thank you, Smart Ass Squad. Martha came in. The man from Tiananmen Square was called Wang Whelan. He was 19 years old. Wang
Brave as hell.
Whelan. I guess I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. Yeah, he's one of the heroes in my head.
Mm-hmm.
The day I saw him stand there, he could have been shot on sight.
I think I was very young when I saw that, but
Quit bragging.
and didn't realize the moment.
Yeah.
Until now, you know, as you get older.
There's a lot of things that we don't realize. You know, I call it where you were when. You know, where we were when certain events in history happened, especially when a lot of us were younger. You know, my first huge international or event in my life that I remember. I mean, I remember a whole lot more, but it was the day Kennedy was shot.
Absolutely.
That day, embedded in my mind forever. Uh, and I don't know. I look at that as probably the awakening of my own
Consciousness.
of knowing what's going on in the world, of the consequences of actions and stuff. When you come to realization on your way to adulthood, But yeah, fuck, I was 10 years old, 11, 10, 10. My dad was in the Navy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was much younger, but I guess
And I'm living in the same place. So
mm,
yeah,
in the
something.
South.
I'm in the same town. I still live in Corpus Christi.
Have you ever
That's
made
where I
a point
was.
of going to Dallas? And I'd have
I've been through Dallas, but I've never been down to that location.
to the square.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have gone through there and kind of looked around and going, oh my.
I've
That-
seen the Zapruder film so many times, and I read quite a few books. 6 Seconds in Dallas. Yeah, it was a big subject.
It still is. They're
It
still
still
they're
is.
still
Yeah,
trying to
it's
figure
still-
out if it
It's
was just
still a
one shooter.
controversy.
Oh, yeah.
It'll live it that way
Back
forever.
and left.
Yep.
Back and left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jorge, how's Dan? Is she doing all right?
Oh, she's doing fabulous.
Good, good.
Yes, she is. She's been babysitting the new grandson a lot, and
Well, good for her.
that one's gonna be
I'm
a
sure she's
spoiled little
enjoying it.
youngin'.
Well, of course.
Oh yeah.
That's her job.
Well, see, they had all
Look it up
girls
in
in her
Leviticus. It's
family.
right there.
And this is the boy, that they've all been waiting for. So,
Oh boy.
yeah,
So
he's
he
going
will
to
be
have lots of
spoiled, huh?
aunts and girl cousins.
Oh,
and,
Lordy.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's gonna have a charmed little life, ain't he?
And he's got
Let's
a full head of hair.
Yeah, tell him quit bragging.
Oh, he's cute. He's cute.
Yeah. Come back in 50
Oh,
years.
baby.
Tell me if it's still there. Come up here with that full head of hair.
Yeah, we were at the lake not last weekend, but the weekend before, and
Good.
had a lovely time. It was cold though.
Oh yes, we did have a little cold front.
Oh, pray tell how
Yeah,
cold
we were at
was
the
it?
lake when that blew through. Oh, it was like frosty, like 40 or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, 42 or something like that. Jesus,
That's
I thought I was
nice.
gonna die. That's the way
Yeah.
it is down here, baby. Get below 50, we're all freezing down here. Shit, I can't hardly stand it. Can't wait for it. And for me, the reason I like it is because winter for us, like I always say, it lasts a week or so and then it goes away. It comes back in another couple of weeks and then goes away. It ebbs and flows like the tide.
See, 32 with sun here is like, do I leave my jacket zipped or unzipped?
32.
Zipped or unzipped?
The answer here is don't go outside. It's 32 out there. People be all over the road dying out there. I don't want to be part of that shit, slipping all over the place. Yes, these people down here don't know how to drive in ice. Shit. No.
Oh yeah, it gets below freezing
yeah.
here. They just shut everything
Yeah,
down.
just shut the highway. Just shut it down. Just don't go nowhere. We're wusses. We know it.
Just shut it down.
Anyway. So what's going on besides the weather?
The weather and politics.
Well,
The wind blew the stench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
where-
Jorge,
where-
I'll get
yeah,
it
that's-
going. Where's he going next?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I have no idea. This was his
Well,
big
Dan-
rally. This was his big
Dan
planned rally.
Patrick claims he set the Waco deal up.
Dan Patrick
Patrick's
said he,
saying it was his decision to go to Waco.
well, what's Dan's intention then?
Well, he said that it's such an equal distance
Oh,
between
that's
Dallas
right.
and
It was a central
Antonio
location
and
to all the
Houston.
major
Right.
towns.
Houston.
Yes, so is Austin.
And the French Davidian anniversary is just coincidence.
It was just
Just a coinky-dink.
we weren't thinking. We didn't know bullshit. Every bit of that had meaning to them.
Imagine that happening.
And that's the shit that we have to keep an eye on. That's why. Because that is a call
This is
to the right wing nut job society to show up and join the team. You know.
Yeah.
this is the former sportscaster who found Jesus on a trip to Vegas. Okay.
Well, where else you gonna
got
find
to
him?
follow the story.
He's in
Of
Vegas
course
all
he
the
found
time.
Vegas.
Hangs around there a
I
lot,
imagine
yeah.
there's a lot of guys that found Jesus in Vegas
I imagine so.
by the time they went home to talk to Mama.
Yeah,
You know?
oh Lord, please don't let my wife find out. Yeah, Lord ain't gonna help you there. Anyway.
Yeah, I found Jesus, man.
I think they found Jesus.
They found Jesus.
Uh,
Wrong guy.
I'm wondering if another Waco could happen in Florida when they go to arrest him, and he
Oh,
boards
don't
all the
tease me with
windows
that.
and everything.
That's what he would want. He would
course.
love if they had to forcibly go into Mar-a-Lago to get him. He would just love that. That would be all over the news. Look at this. He would rally the troops around his ass. But it ain't gonna play out that
oh,
way.
another cult leader making a stand.
Oh, go figure. You know. Yeah.
And you got to remember too that when the Branch Davidians got taken down, that inspired one Timothy McVeigh.
Yes, they
Absolutely.
did on the anniversary.
And
A message.
and if you think Trump wouldn't do that same thing,
In a
or is
heartbeat,
it
brother.
trying right now?
That's exactly
That's
why he
what
had
it
that
right
rally
now.
in Waco. He is trying to just instill that in people. He
Yeah.
is wanting an
He
uprising
wants
against the
another,
government
his own Timothy
to
McVeigh.
save him. Yes, he's trying to inspire one, and that's the danger in this shit.
Yeah.
Is his words are
And
he wants to inspire somebody to do something like that in his behalf.
Anybody that can't see it is blind.
I know, James Price, I do the same thing. I keep crossing my fingers every day, hoping that the stress will just take him out naturally. Just, if there's a God up there, come on. Be a good time to show John you're up there. Not that I matter, but I'm just saying. If there was ever a reason to strike somebody down dead, there's a guy. Really? Lord, you can't make up your mind which one down here? It's pretty easy in my belief.
I'm just wondering when he's going to run out of places to go where he doesn't pay the bill.
His clubs, that's all he's got.
Yeah,
That's
but
all
I mean,
he has left.
Everywhere
And
he
Trump
goes,
Tower.
Towns, you mean?
And
Yeah,
New
he's
York
screwed
City
everybody
really
in
doesn't
every
like
town
him.
he goes.
New York City doesn't like him. They don't want his ass in town. They
Yeah, I
can't
was just
stand
trying to look up his schedule, and they've got yesterday listed, but
That's it.
upcoming rallies and events, there's nothing farther on.
oh,
Yeah, this was his call to
Well,
arms, baby.
yeah. Hopefully he'll have a
Oh, but
little.
Fox News gave a glowing report of it.
Did they?
It was just gushing.
Isn't
was
that
gushing
disgusting?
with praise. And, and of course, then they broke into the thing about how the January 6th prisoners are being so mistreated
So mistreated.
in jail, and how no
They're in jail,
one from
having
the
to suffer for the crimes that. Yeah, fuck.
BLM, yeah,
Yeah.
and no one from BLM movement was ever charged with anything. Bullshit. The 70 people were convicted of crimes, and there's one guy serving 10 years, and he got a $12 million fine behind that summer. Yeah, there's been 70 people convicted, and they're still looking for some of them. So don't say that the January 6th people are getting treated differently, because they're not. That's bullshit.
Well, if they're hiding,
you
I know
look
that-
it up.
If you break the law, it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on.
Mhm.
And-
If they're hiding, they're not hiding in Mexico. They're probably in Canada.
Yeah, they're probably in Canada. The law is
The
that
DAs
is what all this
aren't
is about.
anybody's friend.
Is the law only for you? That's what this case in New York is about. Is Donald Trump
Yeah.
held accountable to the
Immune.
same laws that everybody else is? Because this is not the only case the New York District Attorney has concerning business finances. There are lots of cases New York is prosecuting others for cheating on lying on their damn business forms, on their tax filings, on everything. About where
I wish
money
we-
went.
Yeah, and we're still not haven't gotten anything on his taxes. You know, has he cheated on his taxes?
Yeah,
Is he gonna?
That's
they looked at the taxes,
yeah.
but they haven't made any
I
comments
haven't
on
heard
them really.
anything about it, but I know they got the taxes
And that
released.
See,
that would be,
Weisselberg went to jail, but that doesn't mean they can't come back and
They
charge
could
Trump.
call his ass back in and dare his ass to lie about any of this shit.
No.
You know, he'd be still held accountable. He'd still be liable for. I mean, he could be charged.
If they catch him lying,
If
he
they
goes
catch him
back
lying,
to
he
prison.
goes back. They add prison time to his ass. Yes,
Yeah.
the same way with Michael Cohen. He can't lie. He'll go back to prison.
No.
Everything he says, it better be damn well true and provable because they can nail him for it. And don't think they wouldn't try.
No, they gave him 3 years, but he actually only served one.
One, yeah. So they could go back and throw the other 2 years right on his ass.
now federal prisons are considered not harsh prisons, are they not? They're
Joe,
more
have you been up to the one up here by the lake?
by Three Rivers?
Yeah.
I've driven past it, but I haven't
nice looking, huh?
attended any. I haven't attended any functions.
No, I haven't attended any functions, but it's damn nice location and it's got a hell of a nice view. I mean,
That's right, and you know what? I mean, it's too good for Donnie. I mean, I'm hoping.
yeah, I don't want his
Fort
ass put in
Leavenworth,
prison
Kansas.
down here. No.
Yeah, no, Fort
Stick
Leavenworth,
his ass
Kansas.
in
would be-
Leavenworth. Let him
Oh, yeah.
do his time there. Yeah, Rikers Island. Yeah, let's send him there. Let's send him to Rikers for how
don't
how
know.
much
You
time
know,
is
a little
appropriate for a
time in
financial
a-
crime.
An air-conditioned Texas prison in the summer might do him a little good.
Yeah. Well, it's what a few pounds off of him anyway.
Well,
we're all trying to help us.
Not if there's a prisoner out there with a McSandwich there stuffed somewheres.
Yeah, there's a big difference between the state prison that's over there by I want to say Cotulla, because I was always on my way to Cotulla or somewhere when I was passing it. It's right up there off 37 somewhere down here. I can't remember the name of it. Big, huge ass prison, and you can tell it's a prison when you drive by. The one over there by the lake at Corpus Christi, the federal prison. Shit,
That's
I can
That's
see the
air
tennis
conditioned.
courts, buddy.
yep.
Come
tennis
on.
court.
I can see the tennis courts. Shit.
I have an acquaintance that did attend there, and he was quite happy to be there.
At in Corpus? I mean, in
Up
Mathis?
there in Three Rivers.
Yeah, in
yes,
Three Rivers. Yeah.
Yes.
I would,
Yes, he was
if
quite
I had to
happy.
do time, yeah, put me right in that one. Tennessee one?
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm afraid if I did something wrong, that's not where I'd be going. And,
Oh,
but that's the basic premise. Did he break the law or not? Should he be held accountable or not? Is he above the law? I think not. I think not. That's what this is about. You know, don't let his ass get by.
And how can
Look at how much he's
threaten
already
every
gotten by with.
prosecutor?
Huh? What's
How
that?
can he keep threatening these prosecutors?
I don't know. Did you see the picture he put up on his damn True Social shit with him holding a bat? Him holding a bat, and then
You know
the
what
other
would
side
happen
is,
if you
is
if
D.A.
you
Bragg.
threatened the prosecutor, you know what they'd do?
Fuck. I know what they do anywhere else.
Shit. Yeah.
Yes, he's threatening. And the guy ends up getting a death threat and some magical white powder in an envelope they tried to mail his ass.
Yeah.
You know? Yes, he's trying to stimulate somebody to do something. So what do we do when it happens? What are we supposed
And
to
then
think?
to say, I didn't do anything.
Oh, I didn't do it.
Those are
I did it all on his own.
just
No.
rogue people doing bad things.
Yeah, it's not my fault. Look at there. What a terrible thing it would be if something happened to your beautiful country here. You know, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
a
hearing.
terrible thing if the judge that's trying to oversee my court case dies. Oh, gee.
Yeah. Well,
How
that's
sad.
what we're dealing with nowadays. A full-blown attempt to take it by force if he has to.
Yeah.
That's what he's planning. He's not trying to win an election. He's trying to raise an army. But I don't think he's going to have a lot of success, but that doesn't mean he couldn't do a whole lot of damage. That's what we have to worry about, the fact that,
Well, he already has done
yes,
damage.
he's already done
Already
damage, and
concerned.
he's got a willingness to do more.
He has deaths on his head, including COVID.
When you're talking about insinuating there could be death and destruction in America if he's charged, what are you saying? You know, you're saying exactly that. What a wonderful country you have. You'd be ashamed if something happened.
That isn't a threat. I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's extortion. He's trying to threaten us into just letting him go.
If a mob boss said that, you'd know exactly what they meant.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. To me, there is no other choice but to move forward charging his ass in every one of these cases. Because what does it say if we don't? It says that
That's
our
opening up
laws
the
are
next guy.
paper tigers. They're nothing. You know? But they try to diminish the law as much as they try to diminish your own vote, your own voice. You know, your own power. Citizens United. Every time I go down this path, I always end up right there. When the Supreme Court passed Citizens United,
Yep.
and corporations were just like people, and money is just money. It can come from anywhere, and it doesn't matter. Ever since then,
Dark money.
it's all over the place. Your piddly ass $10 donation to get you on a mailing list with a politician, but come on. It's not that that's going to get him elected. It's going to be the big bucks, and that's where it goes. On both sides. That's what pisses you off.
And that's who they owe their allegiance to, not you.
They're passing laws for the people that pay the bills, baby. That ain't us. That
Yeah,
ain't
what
But
us.
you
was the name of
sometimes
the
wonder how
other,
he gets away with it.
What's
the
that,
other
Ed?
billionaire that ran for up until like one primary and
Oh,
he
that was,
spent $1
Ross
billion?
Perot?
No, wasn't
No,
him.
not that
This was more recent.
Oh, Bloomberg.
Bloomberg, yeah.
Yeah, he ran.
I mean, he spent like $1 billion
What's a billionaire?
and didn't get past, I don't think, the first or second primary.
I don't think it hurt him
No, he
one bit.
didn't.
You know,
Nope.
We had an election office here in Savannah for him.
for
No joke.
really
For Bloomberg.
for Bloomberg. Yeah, he thought he could just flash his money and look at me. I'm a wealthy, independent.
But he has to care about the issues, not money.
Yeah.
It's just, my mother, God rest her soul, told me it's all about the money. And it is.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
getting your voice heard is all about the money.
Yeah, if
Gotta
you want your voice out
Find
there,
a way
it's
to
all about
break
the money,
into it. Yeah.
You know. But I don't know. The only voice that matters is the one that you hear in the voting booth. That's the voice that matters. And that's where we hold the power. Over all of them. We just have to come to a collective realization of that. Everything they do is dependent on what we do. So at any moment during any given election season, we could toss them out on their freaking ear. We just have to.
Yeah, we just got to be
Right.
aware of them and go
Yeah.
ahead, spend your money. Go ahead,
Yeah.
spend your money.
Yeah.
Just
That's the
waste your
thing.
money.
A lot of them don't spend their money. They spend hard-working people's money,
Yeah.
and
Well,
those
Yeah,
people
it's
are.
easier when you're spending somebody else's money.
Oh yeah, and those poor people, they're so crazy. They believe.
I'm
what
sorry, I
they
don't feel
want.
sorry for them if they want to spend their $10 or whatever they send into their favorite candidate. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
don't-
I mean, that's their
Mhm.
right to vote and spend their money that way. But
Or you could, wrong button. Or you could put it in an envelope and send it to a Blue Dot in Texas, Post Office Box 260044, Corpus Christi,
There you
Texas,
go.
Money much better spent.
78426, where you insured that your $10
your
will go
money.
to the furtherance of this show, baby. So, and on the
I'll
other
drink for
on
that.
the other note, we are indeed having a Blue Dot family meetup this Tuesday at Joe Garcia's house in Mathis. Oh wait, that's another one. Okay, we're gonna have that one too. But we're having a Blue
Hey,
Dot
we're gonna
family
have a-
meetup in San Antonio on May 19th, 20th, and 21st. We are going to be enjoying ourselves on the Riverwalk and whatever else trouble we can find ourselves into. We're going to form up a group, a mob, whatever you want. We're going to form a gang. That's what we'll do.
There
And
you
wander
go.
the streets of San Antonio.
And we need to get one out here at the lake.
We do. We are having one we do. We should try to put one together at a local. Yeah.
At our
Hey, I'm
local
up
lake.
for any time.
Yeah.
I'm open for any of it. Uh, but
I
yeah, I'm
know
really
in the
looking
near.
forward to this May trip. Actually,
I know this next.
looking forward to Tuesday, brother. Coming over to your house and playing a little guitar,
Yeah, a little Geeter.
a little Geeter. We'll get her done.
I know. I know. Next year, John, I have committed myself
What?
to going to New Mexico. I'm going to cook for um, the. Oh, there I go. I saw a squirrel. I
That
saw a squirrel.
lost fell out right. You turned your head and it fell
You
out right
lost
out
him?
of your ear like a little nugget. There
I'm
it is, laying
telling
on
you.
the ground. You're wondering what the fuck is that?
Uh, it's a fundraiser for excuse me, I'm I'm choking here. It's for the children that are afflicted with what do you call that? Oh, I'm squirrel again. Um,
Damn, Joe.
I'm bad. It's getting worse.
Hey,
I'm hanging around John.
I got news for
No.
you. Don't get no better, buddy.
Anyways, it's for a good cause.
Well,
Oh
When
Lord,
Joe barbecues, he's not talking about
no.
a small barbecue. It's a big ass rig. So when Joe barbecues, it's a hell of a deal. Yeah, everybody be lucky to have your barbecue, buddy. You do a good job. I
Oh
know.
yeah,
I've tasted it, so
yes
it's
sir.
my approval. So
Okay, on this Blue Dot meetup,
yeah,
have we like got a hotel in mind
not
on
yet.
this?
Well, I know where John and Carolyn are staying. Uh, uh, they're staying at a motel on the Riverwalk itself. And I know
Oh,
that they are
okay.
going to have a suite, which is sort of like a living room, bedroom thing. So
Well,
I think
we're more
I
the
think she is planning
low
on
rent
hosting
district, you know.
a lot of us right there. And I think the last time we stayed pretty well close to the Riverwalk. You could see it, uh, you just weren't on it, and we had a nice time. John and Carolyn are staying at the Club Wyndham on the on the Riverwalk there, and I didn't want to say it unless you said it, Carolyn. Uh, it's a nice motel. It's a nice motel.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is nice.
yeah, we'll all go hang out at their motel. So, but
All right.
no, they're going to have a nice suite. She's going to be. She's invited us to go up there and be able to gather and talk there, and then we will roam the streets of San Antonio, the Mikado, the Riverwalk. Whatever we can get. Puffy Tacos. We'll call Mitch and get the
One
direct
would assume
address.
that anybody could be within just a couple of blocks away in any direction and
Yeah.
still
Oh yeah,
have a blast.
yeah. It's there are reasonable accommodations in San Antonio. Uh, I wish I could stay out the Riverwalk and make it nice, but that's out of my reach. So, but it's a
Yeah,
beautiful city to visit, and we'll have a great time. I can't wait. So, and I understand we have more and more people. I've heard from two. I don't want to confirm anybody's name because they're trying. I got contacted by somebody named Linda, and let me see, George. Uh, so there's people that are trying to make arrangements. If they can, they're going to get there, and I hope they do. I hope they do. The more the merrier. It'd be a
Oh, we
grand
can
time.
get a. The more people get together, the more trouble we can get into.
That's right. That's right. As long as we space ourselves out, chances are somebody's not going to get arrested, so somebody will be there to bail us out. You know,
large
unless we
scale.
group up, they're not going to get all of us. So, no, we'll have a great time. I'm looking forward to it. And, yeah, can't get here
I
soon
will
enough.
run for the border. There is a place, a
we
restaurant
had
called
so
Run
much fun the
Border.
last time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I'm always up for fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Miss Linda and Suzanne from out in California, just wonderful. Look at there, Miss Linda's down in the audience. I'm talking sweet about you, darling. Yes, that we had a wonderful time. Diana Mallory, yeah, we had a whole group. Oh shoot,
You know,
I
if we
can't
can get
remember.
Bernadette, if we can get Bernadette on one of those Chinese balloons, it'll get close enough.
Yeah, Yeah, I wish we could. I hope Bernadette is doing fine. We miss her. Life. It's life, baby. You got to deal with shit
Yes.
sometimes, but we hope she's doing. We send out our love to her and Dominic and the whole family out there, and Julian. See, because I got the name right this time. Anyway, didn't I?
You got it right.
Ah,
Yeah.
see there. Yeah,
See,
there's
you can
hope
do
for
it.
John yet. There's one more thing I can squeeze in the Rolodex. No, she's always in our heart. So, Bernie, if you're out there, baby, we know, we love you. That's all that is. But anyway, yeah, I wish we could get her down there, but she's like Marsha. She ain't flying anywhere. She driving, so that's a long drive. So, but hell, maybe next time we could have it out in San Francisco. Or I don't know. Any ideas? Any suggestions?
Nope.
Let's go to Miss Chick's house. So just
Yeah, no.
show up there. No? It'd be fun.
Okay, if you say so.
We'll get loud. Cause the neighbors get concerned.
There's enough room. Loud don't matter.
I relish the idea of any time I have a chance to meet up with everybody that we met here. I'm looking forward to going to Joe's house on Tuesday. There'll be a few of us, and this is how we met, right here. So yeah, it's nice when you put a face to a name.
Meet your neighbors.
Meet your neighbors. That's exactly right. So yeah.
I met my neighbor at our local HEB.
Yeah.
Just walked
I
up
remember
to him
that
and
day,
said,
Joe. I'm walking. Hey, aren't you that guy? No, it's not me. It's that other guy over there. No, I didn't say that. No, I do remember that day, Joe. Made me feel good too, buddy. I walked the rest of the store smiling. Hey, somebody recognized my ass. I'm gonna make it after all. Oh, make it. Anyway, it was good for Mary Tyler Moore. She threw her hat up in the air. Anyway.
Yeah.
A reference. Anyway, BW,
Spin around, throw your hat in the air.
Let me see if I know which one of the damn credits. There they are. Thank you, BW. I appreciate it very much. Yes, I want to thank all our Patreon members who donate every month. Without them, I really could not do this. I would just be flat out shutting it down. So I want to thank everybody who donates on our Patreon page and those who donate a la carte on the show here. We truly appreciate it tremendously. And anyway, I think that should be my tagline. Not, are you shitting me? It ought to just be, well, anyway, because it comes out of my mouth more than anything. Anyway.
Anywho.
Huh?
Anywho.
I appreciate everybody coming in tonight and joining us tonight. I do believe that this week we'll step up the infotainment that we're going to see. I think things will start happening a little soon. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But things are coming down to the wire, and they need to, because we don't need to be going into 24 and just starting this shit. We need to get our shit going, because 24 is still not that long away. It's not that far off in the future, so we need to get our work done. Anyway, stay tuned.
Yeah,
to
we
the
have to
news.
concentrate on, there's also other people that are going to be running for re-election, and we got to keep an eye on those judges.
Yeah.
Oh, those judges.
It's going to step up. It's going to get wild. But then, hasn't every election here lately?
Lately, yeah.
Everything's been a crisis. What is that?
Yeah. That's
I saw
okay.
something.
WWF politics.
Indeed, that's what it is. But we need to be vigilant. We need to be paying attention and know what's going on. Just be informed, because that'll guide you. When it pisses you off, you know it's important. Anyway, I want to thank Mark Perkins, who just came in with a $5 donation and said, a la carte. There you go. Mark, thank you very much for that donation. And just so everybody knows, Mark Perkins made Mama smile today. And I appreciated that smile. So, Mark, thank you for that, brother. See, inside information. We can't just spread this shit everywhere. Got to be a little secret somewhere.
I haven't been watching the YouTube scroll that much, but has anybody seen Joss on there? Is he busy with that baby?
Oh, Jess Coggins?
Yeah.
No, I did not
Is he-
see him in there tonight.
I bet you he's busy doing baby
I
stuff.
bet he is. That's what happens when you have a baby. You start your life is out the window, brother. Let me thank Gene Prim, who just came in with $5. Said, "Good night, Blue Dots. Much love to you all. Rest well." Gene, thank you very much, and indeed, spread that love all over the place. Oh man, there it happens again. Mr. Chick, what did you say right before I hit that gong thing?
We were talking about Joss.
Jess Coggins.
And
Oh, yeah.
Smart Ass Squash says no, Joss wasn't here.
Yeah, he wasn't here tonight. You know why? Because this image always stays in my mind. I can't remember the comedian did it. He walked out of the stage with a big old baby blanket thing in his arms and talking about how his life changed because they have a baby, and then he threw it on the floor and it's just an anchor in a diaper. That image stuck in my head. It's because we were old. Marsha and I were late in our 30s. You know, I was 39 when we had Travis. So old parents, you know, and it's like you're used to having a certain lifestyle, and all of a sudden you have a kid, and you realize, no, we're not
Big
doing
change.
that anymore.
Yeah.
We have I got rid of my Porsche. Okay, I'm sorry, my Porsche two-seater. Well, it had a back seat. If you were a very
Sort of.
tiny person,
Right.
yeah, that
If you
went
didn't
out the
have
window.
legs.
That whole life went right out the window. We got kids. Yeah, and I'm so
I
thankful
got
it went that
rid
way.
of my motorcycle.
Yeah, see, there's a price you pay. You know,
Yeah.
when kids come along, we can't do
My
that
husband got
anymore.
rid of his motorcycle.
And just
I had to get rid of my Datsun pickup.
oh, your pickup truck,
Yeah, I was
not enough room,
40
buddy.
years old when
Not
my
enough
youngest
room.
One
was
seater,
born.
yeah, got a family.
It was a one seater, and
Yep.
I had to directly go up to a station wagon, from there to one of them custom vans. And now I'm back down to a Jeep.
A Jeep. I've seen
you
that.
go.
I'm still haven't seen it in person. I'm looking
On
forward
Tuesday
to
we're gonna
Tuesday.
take a cruise.
I'm looking forward to Tuesday to seeing it. Anyway,
Alrighty.
that's another reason I'm looking forward to Tuesday then. But I guess we'll wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Ed,
Yes, John.
thank you for coming in. I hope you enjoyed your spaghetti, buddy.
Yeah, I had a good dinner, and of course, good to hear from you.
Good deal.
We'll just have to see whatever happens this week.
That's one thing. Whatever, you know, it's like that old saying: no matter where you go, there you are.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what happens this week. But I believe we're gonna see some activity somewhere on something. You know.
And I'll say good night to everyone.
All right. Thank you
Good
very
night,
much.
Ed.
And Jorge,
Yes,
take
sir.
care of Nan for us. Thank you for coming in, brother.
I will, and you know where I ended up just going to Rancho Tire Biter and staying there.
Is that what happened? Well, if I was going to have to
That's
stay
what happened.
somewhere, Rancho Tire Biter would be a good place to stay, brother.
All right, we love you all, man.
We love you too, brother. Take care of yourself and say hello to Nan for me.
Definitely will. Good night.
Good night, brother.
Good night, Jorge.
And Joe,
Yes, sir.
get ready for Tuesday, brother.
That's right. And
Do a
don't
little
forget to
picking
drink
and some
milk
grinning.
and get high on life.
There you go. I'll be ready. I'll be ready. I'll drink the milk and all other methods too, but don't worry. I'll take care of that part. Anyway, Joe, thank you very much, brother, for being here, and take care of yourself.
Yes.
And of course, miss you, chick.
Yes, John.
Thank you, darling. Thank you so
Joe,
much.
you're welcome.
I appreciate
And
you
thank
so much.
everybody out there that's going to hit that like
Hey,
button.
right
and
there,
subscribe
right down
and
there.
Share.
Look at that like button right down there and that shit. Hit like, share, and subscribe.
We know you can do
appreciate
it. Doesn't take much effort.
Not much effort. It's just a little click away, and it means so much. Anyway, we appreciate you being here and joining in this conversation, the chat that goes on when everybody says hello to everybody and when everybody says goodnight to each other. That's a family, baby, and that's what makes me feel good. Anyway, y'all say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you again here on Tuesday, baby. Let's see what happens. And until then, just take care of yourself and try to put a smile on your face and pass it around to somebody else because they need it. All right. We'll see you.